Do not look up season 5, episode 3 of SpongeBob SquarePants. Welcome back to episode of the Uncomfortable Silence podcast. We are a little bit in a rush because Caden is tired.
This is true.
And we were waiting for Jonah, but he's at Target, if you will. And it's kind of grinds my gears,
millennial Jonah. Ass, bro. That was stupid.
It was good. It was actually great. You know why?
Okay, so it's been hard to coordinate this for the past week or so because I am in Michigan and Jonah is in Tennessee, and that means that both of us are 2 hours and 1 hour ahead of DeAndre's time zone, respectively. And I'm not staying up that late while I'm here because I like to enjoy my life and I like to do stuff.
Is Jonah originally from Tennessee?
No, he's originally from Colorado.
That surprises me.
I think some of his family lived in Texas for a while, and then he grew up in Colorado.
That definitely does come as a surprise to me, as a shock to me, if you will.
Well, what's the if you will there?
Well, because he's the only 10 I see. Love you, Jonah. You'll see this when you watch the pod. And he might join halfway through this, but we're not going to tell him I said that because, it's a surprise.
Dude, that was...
I love my homies, except you. No, I'm kidding.
That was crazy, bro. Are you serious?
Bro, the setup was there and everything. You just gotta dream it. If you can dream it, you can believe it. Like Naruto says. Naruto, my bad. I messed that up so bad. Yeah, he says, believe it. I'm only on episode 2 of that, so I can't really say much about the show.
Okay, do you want to bust out the topics?
This is a topic, Caden. It's a segue. I almost called you Gavin because you're you rambling right now. I was talking about shows, TV shows. I'm watching Better Call Saul right now. I'm not watching Naruto, but I'm on season 2 of Better Call Saul.
We're going to wait for Jonah to talk about that because he loves that show too. Okay, he would never forget it.
Okay, fine. What I'll say is he's not even Saul yet, so I'm a little confused how this is going to play out. But that's all I'll say. I'll wait for Jonah. He might hop in this episode. You'll either know or you won't based on the cold open. He might say something funny when he joins, but he might say the N-word. Okay, what other topics do we have then? I wrote them down, didn't I? Yeah, I wrote them down.
Yeah.
So, have you been on Freddy Fazbear TikTok recently?
I don't remember writing that topic down.
Well, it's just TikToks in general, but Keisha reposted a good one. It was just a bear chilling with some guy, and it was the Freddy Fazbear I don't even remember the
I have melody. Seen those. Yeah, I saw that one of the polar bear sticking his nose through the stairs.
I think I know
what you're talking
about, but it's a little vague. A little vague for the viewers. You have to paint a picture for them.
All right, so it's this Arctic base. It's elevated so that it doesn't get lost in a snowdrift, and the guy is walking up the metal stairs to get to the airlock or whatever system they use to keep it hot in there. And this bear is underneath the base, and he sticks his head through the hole between the two metal stairs. And it looks cute, but polar bears actually hunt humans.
Aren't they super aggressive too normally?
Yeah, they're the only species that will actually hunt a human down. So it's one of those things where it's yeah, that's funny. You should probably get the fuck out of there, dude.
I like polar bears.
Yeah, if you got a polar bear on your ass, you are in a bad situation.
I have a good relationship with polar bears because it's during Christmas time. There was the Coca-Cola polar bear ornament we had, and I always got to hang that one up during Christmas time. It was really nice. I think I might have dropped him one time when he was missing a leg, but I felt bad, so I feel bad for the ice caps melting. Just want to put that out there.
Wow. Just makes me want to suck your dick,
I know. I'm a saint.
Oh, dude, I saw this TikTok today that was just, it was crazy, bro. This dude, with every bold glamour filter on, doing the light skin face and but unironically, and the caption that he put was, "I just finished watching the Barbie movie, and I immediately texted my mom and my grandmother how much I like appreciate their sacrifices, and how I know what women go through." And like all the comments, bro, they were eating that shit up. They were like, "Oh my god, protect this one. He's one of the good ones." It's like, bro, he's just trying to get his dick wet. He doesn't give a fuck. Like, are you serious? You're falling for this? This is so pathetic. Like, what? I don't know.
The people that make
Yeah.
fun of the Barbie movie, just don't really like to hang around them because I actually enjoyed the Barbie movie. And I was talking to this one girl right at work, and she's like, "Do you like the Barbie movie? Or like, did you like it?" And I was like, "Yeah," I told her. And then like a couple hours went by, and she was like, "Did you actually like it, or are you just like fucking with me?" And I was like, "I liked the movie. Like, I have no reason to just lie to you. I work with you. I'm not gonna just put on a facade." Yeah, it's cool.
Ooh.
Big words, right?
Yeah, nice word.
New year, new me, bro. New year, new me.
Yeah, it's August. Uh,
New month, new me. I'm gonna do that every month. I'm gonna just have a different personality every single month. That'd be sick. Kind of
yeah, that'd be hilarious. Nah,
terrible
I
for your
think
character, but
most of the people who hate the Barbie movie are just stupid and like incels.
For real.
Like,
it's
or
against
they
men. The Barbie movie is against men. No, it's
Yeah.
not. You're
Ben
insecure.
Shapiro when Barbie isn't about how great straight white men are.
I will be
Like-
honest though, like kind of a little bit, not a shift, but when it showed Albert Einstein in Oppenheimer, I realized that I had no idea when he was actually alive. I was like, this is a really old movie. Like I don't know, I thought he was in like the Renaissance, I guess, or something. Like
Yeah, I'd seen that photo of him teaching a class at Michigan in like 1930, I think, or something. So yeah, I knew like roughly when he lived, but I think it kind of was set. It sort of set in for me watching this movie. It's like, oh my god, like he was just kind of chilling, like just hanging around in the U.S. during World War II. Like what was going on there?
yeah, it's wild. My knowledge just of everything, it's kind of bad. I should work on that. It's not even just like learning new things or like finding out new things. It's like staying almost like consistent in like remembering those things because I have a terrible memory. Have we talked about that before?
I don't think we have.
Because like in like elementary and middle school, like I played the game of school real well. I got all A's and B's except for one C in physics, which the only reason I got that is because I didn't drop the class soon enough. I remember like asking a friend for help, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm actually dropping the class, so I'll get you in contact with somebody I know that's in the class that's like doing stuff." And I was like, "Oh, sick." I waited like 2-3 days, and then she finally texted me back. She was like, "Hey, yeah, they also dropped the class," and I was like, "Sick. I guess I'll try and do that then." And it was just too late, and I ended up graduating with honors instead of high honors, and my parents keep making fun of me for that because I hold it on such like a standard. I was like, "Yeah, I didn't get high honors," and I let it go, and I graduated we graduated the same year, like a couple years ago. But yeah, they keep bringing it up, and they know it. It irks me. It's one of my icks. I didn't get high honors in high school.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but my memory, like, the one thing that all the teachers would say in like the parent teacher conferences is that I would talk too much. Like I was a smart kid, but I would just talk too much and I would distract other people, which is what I'm trying to do right now for a career. Is just talk to people and just play games and distract people from real life because real life kind of sucks sometimes. But the other thing they would say, or they not that they would say, but I would tell them and ask for help, is that my memory was horrible. And I was like, how do I fix it? And they're like, oh, you just need more oxygen and water. And I was like, sick. I'll breathe more, I guess, like and drink a cup of water a day, more than a cup of water, obviously. But it was just like they had no real solutions for me. The only solution they had for me one time was like I used to chew on my shirt like a lot, like just like where your neck is. Like I'd pull it up and I'd chew on it like as a nervous tick or something like that. I don't even know what it was, but I would legit just like chew and suck on it for like hours at a time. I don't know why. I guess it was just, like it's just a sensory thing. But my teacher was like, "Here, chew on this straw instead." Like she's like, my parents came in at one of the parent teacher conferences and they talked to him and they're like, "Hey, I'd like to try something, like to straighten him out." And I was like, she's gonna whip me because she's white. And I was wrong, but she just gave me a straw instead, and I chewed on my shirt, or I chewed on the straw, and it fixed my chewing habit. And then it kind of just went away. It was really nice chewing on the straw, because it'd make like a little popping sound when you like bite it and let go and bite it and let go, and that was also distracting. So she had to take that away from me eventually when I was done chewing on my shirt. But yeah, that's the only time teachers helped me. But I can't remember much unless it's something like that. Like that's just stayed in my life. Do you have any stories like that? Like parent teacher conferences? Did you go to them with your parents or no?
I did. I was less inclined as a student until I got to college, and then I actually started trying. But my teachers were not big fans of me, especially in middle school, because I was a disruption. I Oh God, I think Jonah and I have talked about this before on the pod. I'm not sure, but in eighth grade, I was coming off of the high that had been seventh grade, where I had actually like made multiple friends for the first time in my life, and like I was feeling like hot shit, dude. I thought I was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got put in a class where nobody knew who I was. It was like a bunch of new kids, and I just, the shift in your personality when you're hanging out with your boys who you've known for like a long time.
Yeah, the friend group A and friend
Yeah,
group B
I
and stuff like
didn't
that.
have that.
Ooh.
I just kept it on. And I just went into this classroom and just like made the same jokes I would make if my boys were sitting right next to me, and I would just like say it to the room, and they would all just stare back at me and be like, "What the fuck?" And I never picked up on the cringe of it all. Like I just kept going like the whole semester, and actually one of my teachers kicked me out of his class permanently.
Ooh. Just because
I
you're
don't
being
think
annoying?
Yeah, just because it's like, bro, you're not doing work, and like you're just fucking around and like distracting other people. Like, don't come back. So that was one of my low points as an academic. Yes, I have had that experience where the teachers in the conference were like, man, I don't know, like take fucking like weed, smoke some weed or something. Like you need to mellow out. Uh, so yeah, that's my experience.
Were you like one of the kids that made friends easily, like in your neighborhood and at school, or was it
Absolutely
just?
not.
Yeah, I wasn't either. Look at that. Look at us.
Uh,
My like in my one of our old apartment complexes, the way my parents had to make friends for me. So what they did is one day, like I wasn't going outside or anything like that, and my dad's like, you know what? Come here, follow me. And he took me outside to like the front yard, and I sat like just out on a bench or something like that. And he's like, wait here. I was like, okay. And 10, maybe 15 minutes later, he came like around the corner, and this is an apartment complex, so like there's cars and stuff all over the place, just parked, so you can't really see a bunch of stuff. But he just comes around the corner with like 10 kids. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? And he like rounded up all the kids that were playing at the time. And like he's like, hey, just stand in the line right here, all you guys, and I want you to introduce yourselves. Him right here. This is DeAndre. I was like, what is going on? And he like that's how I met a whole bunch of my like neighborhood friends, and then we hung out for like years and stuff. Obviously, I still talk to a couple of them every now and then. I saw one of them recently on Instagram, and I was like, that is insane. You look so much older. Like obviously because he grew up, but like it was crazy. No, like I'm like, damn. Like he almost like you can tell it's him, you know, but it's like you have changed so much, and it's like I'm proud of you, kid. I was friends with you. I don't know. It
I
was an
had one of
interesting little
those.
thing.
One of my friends from elementary school, like the guy I was the closest with for first year, second grade through like fifth or sixth. Randomly we followed each other on Instagram, and like, dude, he looks great. Like he's killing it right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Uh,
You're like you're not like envious, but you're almost like proud, or you're
yeah, like
like,
we didn't like reconnect or anything, but like I saw it.
uh
Like I see his posts. I'm like, good for you, man. Like keep it up. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Like you're not
It's
like
like
you're not.
it's not like he was like a fucking weirdo as a kid. I just it's fun to see.
I do want to look up like people I thought were super weird in like high school and elementary school and see like what they're doing now. And if they're like even if they're doing better than I am, like it's like that's kind of cool. Like to see how they change and stuff like that. And
You
to
know
see
what
how they
was
grow
really
into
weird?
themselves.
I bought a new pair of like running shoes a month ago, and I was at like just DSW because I wasn't trying to get anything like super nice looking or whatever. I just needed like athletic shoes.
Yeah.
And there was this girl in elementary school who I like didn't really know at all. You know, like we interacted maybe twice ever. I probably would never have thought of her again, but she was working at this DSW, and I recognized her instantly, and because she looked exactly the same, just like bigger.
Just bigger.
Yeah, and I hadn't like, and again, right, like I didn't get to talk to her actually because she was like running around and helping people, and I just was checking out and leaving. But it was crazy to me because it's like, man, like I don't even, I wouldn't have been confident that I would have recognized you in like eighth grade, and here we are, like 10 years later. You know, like I totally recognize you immediately, no doubt in my mind, like that it was her. Uh, that was weird to me.
You know what's
You know,
crazy? I was just thinking like I was like, oh, I probably don't think I have anybody that I'd be like I recognize them because I've moved around so much. So I was like, I don't know if I do that. But going to Arizona, I was in the waiting to get on an airplane on like a 6:30 airplane flight to Arizona, and I saw somebody from middle school that like and she recognized me too. I was like, what the fuck? Like I didn't walk up and say anything. I was just like, that kind of looks like her, but I don't know. She looks a little small. It might not actually be her. So I just didn't say anything. We got on the flight, and when I got on the flight, I got an Instagram message. I was like, what the fuck? And she's like, are you boarding a flight to Arizona right now? I was like, yeah. And then we just were texting because we didn't sit next to each other or anything. But it was an interesting little thing that happened because some girl from like middle school, I think like maybe Bear Creek. I think it was Bear Creek, but it was like not near here. You know what I mean? Like it was still in Colorado, but it was just really weird to me to see somebody, and it just lines up. Airports are weird.
airports are weird. I've taken a couple flights in the past couple weeks, and it's it's really strange the people that you will see there.
They're like the best dressed they'll ever be, and it's like this is kind of
Oh,
weird.
dude, I throw on an absolute outfit for the airport, bro.
I do too. I used to have like an airport
Yell
fit.
out, and yeah, and meanwhile, it's like none of these people are ever gonna fucking see me again.
Yeah.
But I wore my Nuggets hat, and I had a conversation with a guy on one of my planes. He was like, you know, he asked me if I'd been a fan for longer than the last month, trying to figure out if I was a bandwagon or not. I was like, yeah, man, I live there. And I told him that I got a hug from one of Jokic's brothers after we won, which is true. And yeah, that was really cool to just like meet a fellow Nuggets fan and just
Yeah.
shoot shit about sports for a while. But it's like a totally random assortment of people that you will never see again in your entire life.
Yeah, one thing, you know the meme where it's like the Hollywood actress next to the picture of like a just a regular Starbucks like girl, and it's like the
Yes.
Starbucks girl looks better. That's like what the airport is, but it's just a bunch of those Starbucks girls, and you're like,
I
why
don't
do
know
you look
what it
so
is about the
great?
airport that amplifies hotness, but a 6 out of 10 in real life is like Natalie Portman in the airport, dude. Like, would I say every like walk into my gate, like every time I look into one of the other like waiting areas, I'm like, holy shit! Like every single girl in here that's my age is like bad as fuck, dude.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
It doesn't
There's
make
got to
any
be
sense to me.
something.
Dude, I mean, I was like, it goes both ways too. Like, I was like making eyes at this girl, like in the security line, at DIA, and then like that was it. We're never gonna see each other again because we went on like different escalators to get to the train. So like that's just the end of that.
I
Like,
wonder.
how weird is that? Actually, while we're on the subject, I think you know what's really stupid. Now that I'm in Michigan and it doesn't matter at all, I've been cooking out of my mind with some girls I've been talking to. Like just now that I couldn't possibly be there, even if I had like a girl who was willing to like come over or something. Like now all of a sudden I'm just opportunity after opportunity like every day. It's like, what the fuck? Where
Like,
was this
like in
like
Michigan,
2
you're talking
weeks
about, or what are
ago?
you?
Yeah, no, like girls in Colorado, but I'm in Michigan. And
Oh,
it's like, where the fuck was this 2 weeks ago when I was there? Like, this is crazy.
that is kind of funny, actually. I remember
No,
like when we
it's
were
not.
both. No, it's hilarious. You can't see it. But I remember when we were like what was like 2 years ago, and we were both on Tinder, and I know I know for a fact I did not look great because I've seen those pictures of myself.
I
Oh
remember
my
your
god,
profile, man. Your profile was
it was
so good.
bad. It was
The
no, it was
no,
not good. There's
the
no way.
fucking like vest photo that you had from the King Supers like pickup
Oh
department room.
yeah, I remember that. Bro, I was
Dude,
okay. I was kind of cooking with that. That one was kind
you
of
were
like
cooking as hell, man. I would have
I was
swiped
trying to
right on
stand
that.
out, bro. I was trying to make sure they saw me. You know what I
You
mean?
know how like once a month Tinder will just like toss you a guy and just be like, "Are you sure?" But if they toss me you, bro, I'm swiping right as fuck.
Bro, okay, maybe I was cooking a little bit with that one, but like I don't remember my account. I remember like showing my parents my account, and they're like, "This shit sucks." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
But
your
it was,
parents have never bullshit you.
and then we went bowling one time, right? This is when I was like partially bald, and we went bowling. We
Oh
took
my
one picture. I
god!
think I had like
Oh
braces on
my
and stuff.
god!
No, they were like, "Here, this is how you got to pose. This is the lighting and everything." And then I saw the picture afterwards. I was like, don't want anybody to see this picture ever again. And I think that's the reason I deleted Tinder. Honestly, is because of that picture. No, I can't have that anywhere. I should have deleted like Instagram and Snapchat. I should have deleted everything. But my account was kind of ass. I think, except for that vest picture. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that vest picture was hilarious, dude.
But yeah, but back to what I was saying. Like, you would get so many likes, and I would get like not like I'd get a few, I'd get some, but I also wasn't really on it that often, and I was just like, this is not fair. And then looking back, I'm like, yikes, that it was so fair. I was I was a gremlin. I knew the perk was fake, and I ate it anyways, bro. Like,
Oh my god. No, I mean, I honestly don't get it in hindsight because I'm just terrible at taking photos. And like my hair was longer then, and I had this fucking stupid ass mustache.
you didn't have the mustache at
That
that point.
I didn't have the
I don't think.
mustache yet.
No, I
Okay,
don't think
well,
so.
I was considering a mustache, which is bad enough. And you know, in hindsight, like looking at it compared to myself, like right now, it's like, man, really? Like women need to raise their standards and fuck me now instead of last year.
You're like, I
Like,
could have used this today.
yeah, what's going on here? Like, why are you into the scrawny fucking weirdo and not into the also scrawny weirdo? That's me now.
I'm googling something right now. It's here's I'm just gonna read it to you real quick. Nipples/nudity on YouTube. Hey guys, I'm currently working on a
Okay.
project that has a lot of nudity, and I was wondering about YouTube's policy on nipples. Before it was clearly restricted and you couldn't post them, they got removed. But Rihanna's video has have very clearly looking nipples 90% of the video. How does this work? And then like some of
I think
these,
you're allowed to post nipples if you're Rihanna.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that because this one says explanation Rihanna brings in money, and then they kind of go into that. But I'm just wondering if I need to cover up your nipples throughout this video, and I didn't realize until just now.
that's that's really funny. Like you have to censor my profile picture.
But no, just the nipples. Like I'll keep the chain and everything. But yeah, I was just thinking to myself, like as you're telling me that story, I was like just staring at your nipples, and I was like, why am I staring at his nipples right now?
They looked first.
That's the fucking airport nipples right there, bro. I was just staring.
Entranced.
Yeah, I really was. And then I had to like Google about them and everything. I was like, are these normal nipples for YouTube? Like, okay. Oh, damn. My bad. I was staring at your nipples, bro. I didn't even have to tell you that, but I just did it anyways.
Dude, all right. You remember my roommate Barry, the one who like lost his shit on me?
Yeah, you go on your creep shit, bro.
Yeah, you know what memory this just sparked?
What?
At one point, like after I work out, I'll usually like take my shirt off because it's like I'm sweaty and hot and I just want to chill. And then I'll go
Yeah,
out and
what?
and then I'll make my protein shake and all that. And you know, so I'm doing my like usual routine, and like Barry and I are just talking about lifting and shit. And then as I'm like going into my room, he's like, "You got nice nipples, man." I'm like, "What the?" And I was like, thanks. And then I left, and it's like, what the fuck? Like,
This is a great segue about nipples and areolas because I remember going to like the pool and stuff with like either like a school birthday party, like or not like a school birthday, but like a school friend birthday party, or just like a just going to the pool, like the community pool with your friends or whatever. I would always be told that I have big areolas, and I was like, "What the like? Why you gotta point that out? Like I'm already like self conscious about my weight, like because I was never a skinny kid. I wasn't like fat, but I wasn't skinny. You know what I mean? You're always got that. You're like looking on at bodybuilders and whatever. And you're like, I want to be better, and I wasn't skinny, but I had big areolas. I mean, I guess I still do. But I don't know if I've grown into my areolas. I don't know how that works, but like, I don't know. I guess I'm self conscious about that too now. Damn.
just look at mine and imagine they're yours.
Maybe that's why I was entranced with your nipples, is because I was self conscious about my own giant areolas.
Yeah, and mine are just so perfect, apparently, that my roommate, unprompted, is my my braless wife brought me a sandwich. Unprompted. Man, do you follow Curtis Connor on Twitter?
I don't think so. I follow Kira.
Every couple months for the last, like, what has it been, like 5 or 6 years since Ninja tweeted that for some reason? Every couple of months since that point, Curtis Connor will resurrect it in some way. It's like someone will be on Twitter and they'll be like, what's something that, like you're really thankful for? And he'll just quote tweet it and be like, my braless wife. And so he brings that up. Anyway, no, unprompted, just like, you got nice nipples, bro. Like, don't ever say that to me, bro.
I think now that that's in my head, like when we're going to the gym and stuff, I'm definitely going to be bringing it up.
Okay. Well, we're probably not going to the gym anytime soon, so
Maybe not
okay.
that. I'll just text you or something, a picture of your own nipples, and then I'll be like, "Nice nipples, bro." See, this is why we need Jonas, because we've been talking about nipples for like 5 minutes now.
Yeah, he would have reined us in by now.
He would have been like, "Hey, let's not talk about nipples right now." And be like, "Yeah, okay, you're probably right."
Let's talk about Canthal Tilt, the latest bullshit that doesn't mean anything.
Let's talk about the social and economic political state of the world right now.
Yeah, shut up, Jaden Smith.
What did you say? Something tilt?
Canthal Tilt. Have you not seen this?
No, I don't know what that is actually.
It's a TikTok thing. Basically, you have like your Canthal Tilt is the way that your eyes are tilted. So if your eyes on like the outside of your nose are higher than on the inside, that's a positive Canthal Tilt. And if like the outside of your eyes are lower than the inside, that's a negative. And supposedly like having positive Canthal Tilt is like attractive and having negative is not. But like someone made a filter for it to determine which one you have, and it made me realize that it's like, this is just total bullshit.
Yeah, it sounds like bullshit.
Like,
isn't it? Yeah, isn't like attractiveness like just based on like symmetry or something like that? Like that was like genetic.
So
like
every couple months, people will like fabricate some new dumbass shit over. Oh, also, I have a positive Canthal Tilt. Real quick, I'm gonna just throw that out there. It's not just me being bitter.
Yeah, no, me too. I probably have a positive one. Is that a good thing or bad thing?
That's a good thing.
I have a positive Canthal Tilt.
Yeah, like. every couple months, someone will just invent some new way to call everyone other than them ugly, and it's like, you're just an idiot.
There's so many people in the world, like it doesn't really matter.
It really doesn't.
Like I remember thinking there was 7 billion, and I've just like had that in my brain for like a long ass time. We've gotten well over 8 billion now, if you didn't know already. And I was like, damn. Everything I knew was a lie.
All right.
There's the uncomfortable.
How long have we been going?
Not long enough. Actually, perfect amount. But let's go a little bit longer because we got a couple more topics.
All right. I'll do one more topic. What do we got?
Like, you have a topic, or you want me to say one? Because I have a couple.
I want you to say one.
Okay, well, since you don't want to talk about movies and cinema right now, because Jonah's not here, we'll talk about that next time. Maybe we'll do one like tomorrow afternoon and get Jonah on here or something. I don't know. Let's let's talk about Lizzo.
Yes, I get to tell you what happened with Lizzo.
Yeah, because I saw there was like allegations or something, but I was like, damn, that's crazy. And then I went back to work, so I didn't like it doesn't involve me.
So the first thing that came to light was apparently she had been fat shaming her backup dancers,
How?
which you know,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
which immediately prompted exactly the reaction that you would expect it to have of like, are we talking about the same Lizzo?
I'm sorry.
Like,
Yeah.
like if you're gonna be like,
I mean, I guess it's kind of like saying I'm black, so I can't be racist. That's exactly what that is.
yeah, it's like an Uncle Ruckus equivalent, you know? It's like, why?
I don't want to talk too much about it because I like her music, but I don't know exactly what she did, so I don't want to like.
Okay, so no, it gets a lot worse. So, but I mean, you know, the thing about that is like everyone was immediately just blown away by this because her whole brand is so centered around body positivity that like the fact that she would do that is like immediately like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah, huh?
so is this all just like total bullshit for her? So then it comes to light that her backup dancers have like a class action lawsuit against her for every kind of harassment. Like she has been just abusing them like crazy and like taking them to clubs and making them do like weird sexual shit with dancers.
Ooh.
Like apparently she made one of her backup dancers eat a banana out of a sex worker's vagina at one point. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, oh, holy shit. She's like a terrible person. What the fuck is going on? So yeah, I don't know how it's progressing actually. I haven't seen anything since like the initial, freak out. I think everyone just kind of collectively said, yeah, fuck that. And then the conversation shifted to a bunch of people who immediately took that opportunity to be like, well, now I get to be fat phobic in public. And it's like, I don't think that's what that means.
I hate when
but they
people like
certainly-
twist it that way. Like the same thing with the Barbie
Yeah.
movie. Like they'll just be like, "Oh, this is this." It's like, shut up, shut up, shut up. Just
no, I mean,
continue
it's the same thing,
existing how
like,
you work. Like nobody fucking told you to change. But yeah, I don't know. That's just me.
a fat person doing something shitty. They didn't do it because they're fat. It's the same thing as like every time there's actually I say every time as if it hasn't only happened like once or twice ever, where there's like a trans person who's responsible for like a mass shooting, and then immediately everyone and their fucking mom is like, "Well, oh, see, this is what we've been talking about."
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, well, like 95% of every mass shooting in the history of the United States has been white men.
And it's usually in America too, which is kind of sad. I say kind of,
Yeah.
it's sad.
Thank you all for listening to another episode of the Uncomfortable Silence podcast. As usual, Jonah wasn't here, which means that this one was a lot more disoriented and directionless.
Honestly,
But
just
we'll be
real
back
quick,
stronger next week.
this was one of the like without Jonah, this has been one of the better ones. No, I'm saying like not one of the better ones, like just like when he's not here. I'm talking about like it's better when Jonah's here, obviously, but when for him not being here, this one actually stayed on track pretty well. So I just want to put that
Yeah,
out.
this was great. So, yep, we'll see everybody next week. Hopefully, Jonah will be here for this one.
And I want him to see the beginning of this so he knows that I love him. I love you, Jonah.
Uh-huh. All right.
All right, see ya. Peace.